All right, all right, all right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am going to get into this thing right away here. I'm going to be sharing my screen here. Here we go. December 7th, folks. I don't know if you saw the update, but it's kind of a U.S. history nerds. We'll always remember December 7th as the date which will live in infamy. Check out that 6-minute video that I put on updates. That will be helpful when we study World War II later. But yeah, going back to December 7th, 1941 as that date in which Pearl Harbor was bombed. Make sure that you check out that video just for funsies. But we're going to start out with a little bit of Quizlet Live here in a moment, but not yet. Then we're going to have a quick discussion on the definition of a revolution. Was the American Revolution truly that revolutionary? What is the definition of a state? That's also going to kind of play into what you are going to be dealing with today. I'm going to introduce a video. And yeah, make sure that you are paying attention to your due dates. So let's get right to it here. I want everybody to open up a browser and let's do a little Quizlet Live so that we can get ready for our term quiz coming up at the end of the week. So let's go to Quizlet.live. And I want you to enter that code in right there. Can you guys hear that music?
I can't hear any music.
Yes? Okay.
Me neither.
It's just in my headphones then. Strange. I'm going to peek over and see how many we have in right now. So that would be 26, I believe. Just one more minute. Even less. We'll start in like 30 seconds here because I want you guys to get going. We're going to play Quizlet Live 3 rounds. And then we're going to have a little mini discussion, and then I'm going to introduce your assignment. Okay, if you've taken note, folks, we got over 50 terms in this American Revolution unit. So you've got to you got some studying to do. Here we go. Here are your spirit animals, folks, and there we lost Ryan. Give you there we go, and there racing. And Panda's coming around the home stretch. Can they close this thing out? And it's Panda's My nose. Here we go. Same spirit animals. And they're racing. Looks like Dolphins are going to swim away with this one by 2 lengths. There it is. Dolphins by a dorsal fin. Here we go. This is the last one here, folks. This one's for all the Tostitos. And they're racing. Nice job. All right. Okay. Done with Quizlet. I saw a lot of mistakes there, and that's awesome. The more mistakes you're going to make here, the better you are going to do on the quiz later in the week. Let us take a look. Whoa. I didn't want to do that. All right. So we played Quizlet Live. Next, I want to do a couple thoughts that I want in your mind as you study the activity that we're going to do today. What is a revolution? Now, some of you probably remember me talking about this back in US History A, but I think it's important for you to keep this in the back of your mind. Now, in a figurative sense, a revolution we've kind of referred to in any history sense as something that is of a big change. Like it's a revolution. We're going to change the way we're thinking. Okay. Well, you know that the literal definition of revolution is to revolve. It's like, we're talking about the planets revolving around the sun. And the etymology of that word, I think, is really interesting because back before everybody back before everybody knew that the sun was the center of the universe, everybody thought that the earth was the center of the universe. It was called the heliocentric theory versus the geocentric theory. And when Copernicus and some others had verified that it truly was the earth not being the center of the universe, but rather the sun, it blew everybody's mind to where anything from there on out that was a complete shift in thinking was then referred to as a revolution. Okay. So when we talk about the American Revolution, what I do want you to understand is that on the, like if we were to put up a spectrum of world revolutions that have occurred, the American Revolution wasn't that revolutionary compared with other revolutions. You know, when you compare the American Revolution with the French Revolution, the French Revolution was far more violent. Thousands upon thousands of people were sent to the guillotine. They called it a reign of terror. They brought the king and queen and chopped their heads off in the guillotine. That was truly revolutionary. They completely transformed in the way in which their government works. Okay. Because they went from the system in which the first and second estate were having all the power, got out the same government, and the third estate, which was set 97% of the population, had absolutely no say. And when they completely transformed that, that was truly revolutionary. Okay. Was the American Revolution revolutionary? It was, but we're kind of need to put it into context with some of the other revolutions. And that's one thing I want you to think about here. Secondly, when you are looking at this video today, what I want you to remember in the back of your mind, and I apologize for kids that have had me before, and I feel like I'm, beating a dead horse here with how much I'm talking about this, but understand that if you were to meet somebody not from the United States and ask them to define what a state means, that they would say it's synonymous with country. And that's we kind of have a jaded view of what state means because we think of state as being part of a country, and that's not correct. But back then, okay, when these individual states were meeting to try to decide how to handle their relationship with Britain, they were thinking that Virginia was an independent state. They were thinking that New York is an independent state. And they do talk about this in the video, but I want you to keep that in the back of your mind, that the concept of a United States, okay, is kind of what we talked about when we were in U.S. History A, talking about the formations of American government. But think of how sectional and how separate these states truly were from one another when you're taking a look at this video today. Does that make sense? All right. So here's what I want you to do next, folks. I want you to open up Schoolio. I want you to go into Schoology. I'll show you how it looks here for you. Okay. Take a look as though we're one of you. So you're going to open up that Revolutionary War folder. Take a look at your upcoming dates over on this side here, folks. This video that we're going to work on is called Blows Must Decide. Blows Must Decide, kind of insinuating that violence was going to be what this is going to come to. So you've got the YouTube link right here that should be able to work for you. You can do this a couple different ways. You can watch it off your phone. You could watch it off of, you can take that YouTube link and put it anywhere you want, and you can complete this sheet right here. Now, take this bad boy, put it into Notability, and you can kind of do the half screen thing and work on the video as you complete the sheet if you'd like. Or, you can just get a couple of separate devices going and do that. This should be an updated video link here, so you'll also have the link there. When I say ID, understand that that means identify. Basically, tell me the significance of the coercive acts, okay? This is all pretty straightforward here, okay? You should be able to answer all of these, no problem. Pay attention to the yellow part here. When I say skip, this is like when you go to the actual video, you can skip the minutes 21:30 to 27:07. You can skip this part in the video. So this video here is about 54 minutes long, okay? But you can skip those parts because I just want you to get to the questions that you have in front of you, okay? DOI is obviously Declaration of Independence. And that's really all that I have for you. So if the link doesn't work for you, make sure that you're logged into your school Google account. That might be one of the issues. Otherwise, if it doesn't work for you there, try opening it up on another device. Otherwise, you can just search for it on YouTube. Just it's called Liberty, the American Revolution. Episode 2 is Blows Must Decide. Okay. So before I cut you loose here, folks, what I would like you to do is I would like you to actually go on and try the video, make sure that it works. Once you can see that the video works and you've got your worksheet and everything's good to go, then you can log off. When I see that you are gone from this Google Meet, what I'm basically the assumption is that you were able to get it to work. Okay. And Miss Halverson, would you mind sticking around for just 1 minute? I need some help with something real quick. Shouldn't take very long.
Sure.
Thank you.